everyone, it's Brooke here from Anita Goodesign, and today I am so excited to sew with you as we stitch together our double pocket pot holder. Now I have an example here, and all you need to do to get started is to stitch out your 2 blank blocks with the design file that's included in your tutorial, as well as the 2 freestanding pieces. Once you have these stitched together, let's go ahead and get started. Now, as you can see here, we have both of our blank blocks all stitched out. You can see there's a difference between this edge here, which is a straight edge, and then following the other 3 sides of our block, there's more of a curved corner. So we're going to go ahead and use our straight edge. What you want to do is place your block on top of your second block with right sides together. We're going to go ahead and pin the straight edge of our design. Once your pins are in place, you're going to head over to the sewing machine and you are going to stitch down this side of your block in between the tacking stitch line for your batting and the tacking stitch line for your base fabric. Now, normally for our seams, we would take a steamed iron and butterfly our seams open nice and flat to ensure that our design has no bulk. But today I'm going to finger press the seam. I'm going to flip my design over, and it is now time to add our freestanding pocket pieces. As you can see here, we have this cute design, says this chick loves to cook. We have some other cute designs as well that involve crock pots and mushrooms, so you will have some fun definitely with this collection. Now this is where I also like to say that this is designer's choice. As you can see here, both chicks are facing in different directions. If you are someone that would love for your chick to be facing in the same direction on both sides, you have the option to mirror your image on your sewing machine. But for today, our chicks are going to be facing in different directions. I think this adds a cute aesthetic to our design. So we're going to go ahead and align the bottom edges with our bottom panel. And as you can see, it makes it quite easy when you have a 1/2 inch seam allowance. So we're going to go ahead and pin in place. Once we have it secured with our pins, we're going to follow this tacking stitch line with the sewing machine. As we get ready to place our back fabric to the back of our double pocket pot holder, it is important to use pins or anything such as spray adhesive. We are going to be using a 505 temporary spray adhesive today. This is also just a way to ensure that our fabric stays nice and smooth. Now, as an extra tip and trick to go along with your tutorial, when building your quilt blocks, you are going to want to use a Embroidery material. This will protect your hands from any hot dishes that you are touching as you are using your pocket holder. So we're going to go ahead and use that spray adhesive. I am going to spray it on the back of my design. Now we're going to place our back fabric over top of our design. Again, if you do not have an iron, you're going to want to make sure those seams are nice and flat. Pin your back fabric in place. Now flip your design over. You can see we have excess material around our design. We're going to go ahead and take some scissors and we're going to trim away that excess material. Using your tacking stitch lines that are located on your freestanding piece along with your block, we're going to go ahead and head over to the sewing machine and stitch together our back fabric. Now we are going to remove our pins from the back of our project. And we're going to flip our design right side facing up and attach our binding. Now, to get started on your binding, you're going to want to cut out a piece of fabric. You can see that this is 2 inches in width, and then the length will be determined as the measurement around your entire design. So we're going to go ahead and start by folding in our corner to create a triangle. Once we have that triangle, we're going to go ahead and align it to our quilt block and pin in place. With your bias tape pinned, we're going to head to the sewing machine. As you can see here, we have that tacking stitch line that we talked about previously. We're going to go ahead and use that tacking stitch line, which we left a 1/2 inch seam allowance. So we're going to use a 1/2 inch seam allowance to stitch our binding to our project. As you can see, we have reached a round corner, which is a little bit different than when we are stitching together our quilt blocks. So we're just going to go ahead and guide that fabric around the cornered edge. And I'm going to go ahead and pin as I go around. As an added tip and trick when you are going around round corners, you can also clip your fabric as well to make it lay more flat. Now we will repeat this process on the remaining 3 sides. Now with our extra fabric left over from our binding, we're going to go ahead and lay it over our starting point, pin that in place, and we're going to stitch past our starting point. To finish off our binding, we're going to go ahead and pull our binding nice and taut. We're going to flip our design over, and we're going to double fold and pin in place. And there you have it. You can see our double pocket pot holder is now finished. Thank you all for joining me for today's tutorial on how to piece together your double pocket pot holder. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. We have some beautiful designs within this collection, and don't forget to use that Insulbright so you do not burn your hands as you're using your project. We'll see you next time.